9. Ignition sequence start. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All engine running.
And here we go. This last Christmas, Sherry bought me this drone as a present. And we're just about into April, and this is the first time I've gotten to use it. Actually, I think this is like the second flight. First flight, we couldn't figure out how to make the video work. And we're sitting about 300 feet in the air right here, looking at the 99, looking at that's the southwestern middle half, that open field that we're looking at. Okay, this is our northern boundary line, northern western boundary line. That northern side there is Highway 90, Memorial Blue Star Highway. You can see that line of trees that kind of separates the two properties of the pine trees there. That line there is actually some type of representation of the actual property line. There we go. And you can see it runs back a pretty good ways. We're basically only going to cover the first front 40 acres. The back goes way back where this line shows you there. A lot of deer bed down in these trees at night. We didn't see any deer this trip. But the last trip, I think we had 4 or 5 bucks running around there. 'Tis the season. You can almost see Texas looking that way, can't you? We're actually 3 miles from the Georgia line. There's our eastern property line. But to the north, I think it's about 2 or 3 miles, is the Georgia state line. You never know what you might see down there. We haven't actually been in there by foot. It's hard to see, but when you get in there, there's all kinds of blackberry bushes that'll just rip you to shreds. And other vines with sticky stuff. But the deer don't seem to mind. They run right through that stuff. They got their little trails barreled through the woods there. Yeah, the technology with these drones and the phones and cameras and tablets and how they all integrate and Bluetooth and work with one another is amazing. Kyle's at the helm here. He's actually doing the flying. It doesn't seem like it's flying. It's holding, it's very, very stable. The gyro on the camera, or the gyro on the copter that holds the camera, does a really, really nice job here. Our neighbor to the east here, he has, I think he has 80 or 85 acres. Our neighbors to the west of us have 65, or they may have 90 acres. And then directly to the west behind us, those guys have like 5. They have 2 separate properties there. I think one's like 300 acres and the other one's like 500 acres. There's room to stretch out here, that's for sure. Okay, so then you can see our little camp there in the middle, and our little roadway that kind of divides the upper 40 acres. There's the west little field there. So now we're heading north. Oh, Beetle, we took this shot just for you. You was always wondering who could peep in the shower. It's amazing. You see how the trees are moving. It was a pretty windy day when we shot this, but this copter is really a computer, and it's got all the GPS technologies in it, and man, it really holds a steady position. One of my greatest efforts was making that shower there. We got hot water, cold water, then you get the outdoor breeze to blow dry you. Awesome. Cowboy shower, they call it. Now we're flying over our little well, our other outdoor shower. I call one the pay shower and one the free shower, but you don't have to pay for either one of them, Beetle. Now we're looking down on the Grand Estates. From what I understand, the house here is, I think it was built back in the early 40s or maybe the late 30s, something like that. And it's kind of my understanding that it's a catalog home that you ordered like out of a Sears catalog. And they send it to you and you put it together. Probably cost you like $1,800 for the whole kit. Down the road a ways, a mile or so, is a plantation of some kind. And I was told that some of their migrant workers actually lived in this house here, and they took care of the fields for the plantation. And the mast that you see laying on the ground, that's a 55-foot sailboat mast. I strapped it to the top. I wrapped it in moving blankets, strapped it to the top of my bus, and drove it up to the property. I'm going to make a flagpole out of it. Here's the driveway. Yeah, the old house is in a little rough conditions there, but with a little bit of ingenuity and a little bit of hard work there, I think I could dry that roof back in and cut some of the rot out of it just to preserve it. I don't know that we'll ever do anything with it, but it sure is a cool looking place. Kind of takes you back.